Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, we'll see how to recursively call a method only one time, only once in your Android Java code. So let's begin. We create a new project, recursively, recursive one time call. And rest of the things I'll leave it as it is and click finish and wait for the environment to load. Just maximize this. Once the environment loads, I'll do one thing. I'll create a very simple method, a very simple one called private void, and this will be method recursive, and I don't give any input argument for time being, and I'll do one thing. I'll just print something in a text view. So for that I'll have to go to my layout. Okay, I don't need this left side. I'll just, so text view is there. I'll reuse this text view as it is. Text view, I'll give its ID, and probably I'll make the size of this one bigger so it's visible, and from 14 to 24 SP could be a good one. And I'll put a button also just to trigger the method. Okay, so and the name of the button could be recursive call method. You can name this anything, it doesn't matter, and I'll give it some constraints. Yeah, and I'll create another method first for this particular button, which will public void button recursive call view perfect, and I'll go back to my layout and associate this method, the new method what we have defined for the button over here, the onClick attribute, so that whenever this button is clicked, that particular method is triggered. Perfect. I'll go back, and over here you would have seen the this changes the color over here, and I'll call this recursive method from here for the first time, of course, and then recursively I'll call it internally over here. So I'll show you how to make sure that it is called just one time, but for that I'll do one more thing. I'll first create a local class variable for text view, so that I can print in this text view the count of the recursive call. So text view, and if I come back to this recursive call method, so here I'll print it. So recursive call count, and over here, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just take it an input argument here, input recursive call, and I'll reuse this over here to print it. So that's all it will do. It will just print how many times it is called. However, right now, okay, so yeah, the signature is changed. So here I'll have to put something. So the first call will be 0th call, because this is not a recursive. It's the first trigger, and then I'll recursively call from inside this. So I'll do one thing. I'll do one thing. First, I'll keep a check on this particular variable, whether this is less than a particular count or not. So say for example less than 2, because yours will be this one, and will be the first one, and then we'll increase it by 1 in this one. Okay, so I think no, it should not be less than by 2, but it should be less than 1 only. So first time only we'll check in, then put it, and then I'll reiterate this, but of course I'll increase it by 1. I think here I can, the spelling mistake is there, so I can just correct it. Recursive, I think R is missing. Recursive, and I can put total recursive call count. Yeah, so that's all. Now let me start my emulator and see how it comes up. So my guess is like for the first time it will print 0, but that will be too fast, and it will go to the recursive count and go back here. So the final result should be the one which should get printed over here. Or we could have done this at the end also, but yeah, let's see how it comes up. So I'm waiting for the environment to, or emulator to come up. Perfect, emulator is loading now. I think I can just bring it down. So yeah, this is the initial window. Total recursive count. Okay, so this is, I think I didn't give much space here. Yeah, like this could be a better one. Total recursive count is the one. That's what I'm expecting. So say for example, if you make it, say for example 4, so it will run for 4 times before exiting. Although I wanted to show in this video just for one time, but yeah, I can show it. Like you can fix the number of total counts, how many times you want to call it. So I'll change it back in the final code, because yeah, if you are planning to reuse it, it will just call for the one time. So that's all. I hope this short video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put it in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.